Okay, so we're going to cook chicken soup today because it's a cold day in Florida, so time for our chicken soup. Alright, so you're just going to clean your chicken, take out all the neck bones and everything in here. You're just going to rinse it off, make sure it's nice and clean. We don't get too many cold days, so when we do, we have to cook our nice chili or chicken soup. You just want to rinse it off real good. Now I have a 6-pound chicken, but you could probably use smaller than that. I'm not going to use it all in my chicken soup. I'm going to make something else with it also tomorrow. Okay, we're just going to clean it, rinse it real good. Okay. Alright, then you're going to wash your hands. Alright, we're going to get some paper towels. We're going to dry it with the paper towels. Okay. I'm going to actually put it in our pan here and just dry it. Okay. Just pat dry it just like this. I love the whole chickens. You can take out that little fat piece. You don't need that. They're so much better. They're actually easier to cook too. Okay, so after you dried it pretty good, just like that. Make sure you get in the legs. Alright. Now I have about 2 tablespoons of butter here that we're going to put on it. Alright. So you could just put it in your hand and just smear it on there. Okay, you're also going to put some inside your pan here. Smear it on. Alright, and then you can just like put it all in here. Try to get as much butter everywhere as you can. Sure, oops, butter overboard. Alright, it looks like we bathed him up in some butter, lathered him up. Oh, a little bit more butter. I didn't see that. There we are. Alright. I just get this butter off my hands now. Well, it takes a while to get the butter off my hands. Okay, so we have the oven preheated to 350. gonna put just a little bit of water here, just so it doesn't burn or anything. There we go. Alright, now we're just going to place it in the oven and let it cook for about an hour uncovered. Okay, so while our chicken is cooking, we're going to go ahead and steam some frozen vegetables. These are just carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. It's just mixed vegetables. It's about 2.5 cups or so. Okay, so I opened a can of green beans. It's 14.5 ounce can of green beans. I'm going to put in this plastic container. And then I opened a can of sliced carrots. I also opened a can of sweet peas. And I also opened a can of whole kernel corn. Okay, so we're just going to add this to our soup later. I'm just going to open it and get it ready for now. Okay, so the vegetables is steamed. I didn't cook them all the way so they'd be soft. Just a little bit cook them because they're going to cook later in the soup. Okay, so we're going to boil some potatoes. So we already cleaned them and peeled them. Now we're going to go ahead and cut them into small little chunks. Now when you cook these, you're just going to cook them about halfway done. You're just going to cut them just like that and put them in your boiling water. Okay, so we're going to cook some angel hair noodles for our chicken noodle soup. Alright, we got our water boiling. Now we're just going to add a pinch of salt. Okay. Now when we add our noodles, just going to break them. Just like that. Just lay them in there. Alright. You're going to get just a little bit more. Now this is about a pound of noodles, but probably you need about a half. About a half a pound sounds good. And you're just going to break them again. Right in half. Just put them right on in there. Just like that. Alright. So we're just going to let those cook for a little bit. So we used probably about a little over half a box or so. Now don't cook them all the way done. Cook them about halfway again, like everything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our vegetables and our potatoes to our big pot. Just going to put them in there. Now you're still going to wait for your chicken so you can take off the bone. It's going to be so good. Okay, so we added our noodles to our veggies and potatoes. Now we're going to add about 2.5 cups of chicken broth. Okay. Okay, we're going to add 10.5 ounces of chicken gravy. Okay. And we're also going to add some more chicken broth. It's about 14.5 ounces. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper. Look at that beautiful chicken. And it got juices all in it. So now we're just going to take some off the bone and put some in our soup. So we're just going to add the juices from the chicken into our soup. It smells so good. Okay, so I used about a half a breast here cut off. So now you're just going to tear it with your hands, little pieces, and just drop it in here. Now you're going to put this on simmer for about an hour and a half to 2 hours so it can get all mixed together and it tastes so good. Okay, so you're just going to make little pieces out of it. It already smells so good. Okay, just kind of making little pieces there. Okay, so we're going to add 1 onion sliced. Just going to make sure that's apart. Just going to add that in last. Make sure you simmer this until the onion's soft and just everything, just flavors are all just mixed together. That's going to be the best part. Just add all that onion in. It was like a medium-sized onion. Don't matter. You can get a smaller one. It depends how much you make. Okay, you're just going to add it all in. Now you're going to add about 2 cups of water. Okay. You just mix it together and just let it simmer for about 1.5 to 2 hours. And our chicken did cook about 1.5 hours, but it came out so good when it was done. Don't forget to put your lid on. Okay, so our chicken noodle soup is all done. And it simmered for about 2 hours. Now we get to try some. That's the best part. Okay, so let's see if our potatoes are done. Nice and soft. It has so Now I did add 1 more teaspoon of salt. That chicken's tender. Let's try a noodle. Oh, it fell off on me. Everything's nice and tender. It is so good. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and check out the recipe. Bye, see you next time.